We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I Heart Aries. My name is Chelsea, and this is the channel where we do all Aries readings and other things, and commune, and be family, and be one. Of course, I'm late. Of course, I'm late. Of course, I'm late to the live. I even tried to change the time on the I even changed the time on the post that I posted to 9, and I'm still here at 9:30. So that's that. I'm just gonna wait till you guys get into the chat. I wonder, should I start with the recipe first, or should I start with the morning energy reading? Let me just start with the morning energy reading, and then we'll get into the talks of everything else. Okay. I had to sleep in a little extra, had to take care of the dogs, had to run get them some more food and get me a little bit of a drinky drink. I don't usually go to Starbucks this much. One, we just have a new Starbucks in our parish. Two, my Drewberry coffee pot broke again. If you remember the first time the Drewberry coffee pot broke the first time, I want to say count your days, Drew Barrymore, but I definitely put another one on my Christmas list. I just like it. I like the way it looks, but she's going to have to toughen up that glass because I'm a strong woman. Obviously, I lift weights. I'm a little clumsy. Mix that in with being clumsy. And I just do things aggressively, normally. Watch this pot, accidentally slam it down. That's just... that glass is going to have to get a little durable, and I'm just going to be just the one to write her a note somewhere where she'll see it. All right, so let me turn that down a little bit because the YouTube commercials in the background. Do I look like what I've been through? Because I had a night. I had a night, honey. 2 Christmas parties. Had to shake back a little bit because today I'm taking the kids to do Christmas festivities, and then my sister's pajama sleepover tonight. Christmas pajama sleepover. A lot of you were asking about that recipe. I'm going to share that with y'all after this, okay? We'll talk a little bit more, all right, about manifestation. All right, so let's take a look here. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Show us the energy for today. What is today? What is today? Today is December 14th. Show us the energy here for today. For the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. We have come to the edge. Come to the edge. Something is about to come through for you. This also think about taking chances, risks. Let's see here, 36. Here it is, courage. Taking a leap of faith and risk. Overcoming fear and accepting risk. Okay. It says facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now. If you want to progress, it's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as, let's see here, as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present. So let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. Okay. I'm going to read the prosperity message, and it says, if ever there was a time for you to take a leap of faith into the unknown, it is now. This is the perfect moment to take a big risk. The unknown is the only choice now. And if you come to the edge, you will discover treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Allow your courage to lead you in spite of your fears. You don't need to know the exact form of what you're going for. The essence is much more powerful, and Spirit has a way of delivering an even better version of prosperity than you can imagine. Take the step. The results will be amazing. And the relationship message says it's scary to be truly intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts that you've kept hidden and protected. Now is the time to take the risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. Okay. It's important that you speak up, voice what you need, and state who you are and say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe, but to take a leap of faith. You will be glad you did. And if you're seeking a relationship, the same applies. Take one step toward the gods, and they will deliver what you truly desire. Oh, this is so yummy because we're going to have a manifestation talk. Because I don't know if you saw my post yesterday. I'm going to tell you a success story that I had in manifesting something, me and my cousin. So this is good. We're going to have a whole discussion. So I'm going to have to get I don't have my glasses next to me because I want to read y'all's comments. But come to the edge, Aries. What is it here that you are desiring right now that maybe you feel is really far-fetched or really out of reach? Tell me, let me know in the comment section. Is there something here that you feel like you've been trying to obtain for a very long time and it's just not happening? Or is there something that you desire, but you feel like it is just so like on cloud nine that it would just take so many different leaps and steps to accomplish? A lot of times we psych ourselves out mentally, right, for things that we consider big. And then that whole psyching out process and then putting different steps and layers in between, the thing that we desire really is the blockage, really is the thing that slows us down, right? We really don't have a belief that we can do anything. And the fact of the matter is, the truth is that we can do anything. Like, you don't really even have to believe it, because it's just the truth that we really can accomplish anything that we desire. But there has been an opposite, thought that has been impressed upon us since birth, that there are certain ways to go about doing things. And I believe that there's different ways to do anything, to accomplish anything. We're all unique in our own ways of finding things, doing things, accomplishing things. And so I feel like there is no one fits all for anything. There is no one size fits all. So it is important to explore life, explore thoughts and explore spirituality, explore, whatever it is that you're desiring, so you can what your size is, what your shoe size is for your creative process. Okay. But the one thing that is the same is that we have to take the risk. We have to take the chance. We have to take the leap. We have to go for it. Okay. And how it happens and how you land is completely up to you. So let's take a look here. I'm going to use the Light Seer Tarot. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Trying to figure out my YouTube channel. How can I change the world? Well, just being. Oh, wait, is that your YouTube? Is that your YouTube channel's name? Shadow Voices. How can I change the world? I mean, because just existing is changing the world. Has changed the world. Will change the world. I mean, it is. It always is. Good morning, everybody. Stability, home, and vehicles, career, etc. We're going to talk about it all. I love that. I feel like there's never enough self-transformation channels. You know why? Because there's going to be a certain group of people that you connect to that maybe somebody else doesn't. Like, your language style may connect to a group of people, right? That may be different than my group of people. So, people like to use the word saturated, but I don't even believe that that's a thing, because there's just so many people in the world. You know what I'm saying? You just have to find your way of doing something. And usually it's just doing it the way that you want to do it, right? Authenticity is the most powerful thing that we have. Truly is. Let's clarify this, come to the edge and see what's going on here. Okay, first card out. 6 of Cups. That came out quickly. 6 of Cups. The Fool card. There it is, the coming to the edge, just like in the picture. Okay, taking a leap of faith, a risk, calculated risk, or having it's like opportunity meets preparation. And the 7 of Wands came out with it. The 7 of Wands came out with that. King of Swords in reverse fell on top of that 7 of Wands. Can you tell me about, okay, before I can get a chance. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles. All right. Some of you, this could be about love and relationships. Some of you, this could be about taking an opportunity or making an opportunity rather for yourself in business. But when I see the King of Swords in reverse, it could be a lot of things. This could be a person, an individual who is King of Swords gets a bad rap for being very, it could be a narcissistic, right? Somebody here who kind of uses their mind or their brain power in a negative sense. But also, this could be someone here who is limiting their potential. Somebody who is very intelligent, very wise, but they're not allowing themselves to express that in a healthy way. Okay. Because I'm seeing the King of Swords here in reverse with the Seven of Wands. This is a very protective energy, I'm standing my ground against a situation or person. But it's being clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. Now, this could be a relationship. This could be wealth, business, success, things of that nature. We have the Ace of Cups, new love, or a new situation that brings you harmony, peace, love, and joy. Four of Pentacles, holding back, holding on to what is secure, holding on to what you feel comfortable with, holding on to comfortability, really. Now, some of you, when I see the Six of Cups, this is an energy of the past emotions, past feelings. Okay. It could be a past love. It could be a past friendship, but this also could be something that you're developing now based off of what you went through from the past emotionally, like childhood things, childhood traumas, things that you've learned through your childhood that now maybe you want to express now and teach other people. The Fool card here is saying, go for it. There's something here that it's time for you to take a leap of faith on, a chance on, to start a new beginning, and maybe even break free from things that have been holding you back from the past people, past ways of being, the type of people that you associate with. Okay. And maybe it's time for you to kind of protect your peace and move forward, protect your peace from those things, and then make a decision here to start the thing that you're trying to start. So what I'm saying is that there could be something that is holding you back, or you feel, not literally, because nothing really is holding us back, but you feel that is, and it's time for you to kind of break free from that limiting belief, relationship, or thing. Okay. I want to clarify the Four of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Can you tell me about the Four of Pentacles? The Ten of Wands. And tell me about the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Tell me about this. One more time. The King of Swords, Knight of Swords. Wow. So clarifying the King of Swords in reverse, the Empress and the Emperor, and for relation, divine feminine, divine masculine. If I just saw these cards, these four cards by themselves, King of Swords in reverse, Knight of Swords upright, the Empress and the Emperor, I would say there might be someone who is standing in the way of a divine partnership, the divine feminine and divine masculine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how we've heard that saying, don't let your boyfriend, or don't let your boyfriend stand in the way of your husband, that type of energy. So some of you, for a small portion of you, for those of you who it has to do with love, maybe there's a type of person, or a specific person that you just need to let go of, right? And when you do let go of that, this divine partnership, okay, is going to come through very quickly. Okay. And this could be something that you learned over time too. Like, you need to take a break and a step back from the type of people that you've dated, and just kind of protect your peace and your energy. And there's something here that is going to come through for you. Ace of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. All right. This is relationship, marriage. This is a marriage card, and new love. Okay. Now, in terms of your success and stability, Aries, this could be a mindset, right? Of you not really showing the world your true capabilities and knowledge, maybe because of fear, maybe because of you feel like you're not ready to take that leap of faith and step out there. But the moment that you do, success, Knight of Swords, the Empress and the Emperor, it starts flourishing in. It starts, piling in. The Four of Pentacles is like playing it safe, and the Ten of Wands, that has to stop. Because what are we playing it? What are we really playing it safe for? We're all gonna die. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all gonna die one day. Why are we playing it? Why are we playing it safe? You know what I'm saying? So we can protect ourselves from not dying. We all are. If you understood what truly happens once you transition, you wouldn't be afraid of anything, right? In some safe places, stop playing it so safe, right? Stop making things harder or being longer than they necessarily have to. Okay. The Ten of Wands is saying that this Four of Pentacles energy is kind of, it's a burden. It's slowing you down. It needs to come to an end, right? You need to take this leap of faith of whatever this is, whether this is breaking away from someone who is just not healthy, right? And it's not transforming, or a mindset, a mindset where you're limiting your potential because you're very intelligent, very wise at what you're doing. But the fact that you're playing it so safe and shrinking yourself small, you're not seeing the results that you are desiring. You're not seeing the results that you're worthy of. That's the point. You're not seeing the results that you truly are worthy and capable of receiving. Okay. Okay. So let me tell you about this. I'll give y'all my I guess I'll give you the hush puppy. Should I, let me give you the recipe real quick. Okay. Y'all, this is a chit chat. For those of you who get annoyed with my, going all over the place, my ADHD, this is not for you. Okay. Somebody in the comment section the other day on one of my videos was like, you're so distracted by your dogs. I'm distracted by everything. Okay. Like that's just who I am. I cannot stay focused for too long on one thing, which is why I move around a lot. So let me give you this recipe really, really quick, and then we're gonna get in our law of attraction talk because everybody was commenting on it. I make these amazing, I call them crab cake hush puppies. If you like a hush puppy, Louisiana, the South, they're very common. We eat them on the side of our fried foods and things like that. I make them on the side of my gumbo. This is a hit. Every party. If you want to make it, it's a hit. Just take the McCormick's. You can take McCormick's. I appreciate McCormick's hush puppy mix. You can get the Zatarans too. And use that base for the hush puppy mix. Get you a bell pepper, half red bell pepper, half a green bell pepper, and a few jalapenos. I like jalapenos. I like things spicy, but it's more so for the flavor. Okay, you're going to chop that up. You're also going to get crab, right? You're going to get some crab meat. You're also going to get some shrimp, dice the shrimp up, mix the vegetables and the seafood together and season it. Okay, that's the most important part. Tony's saturated, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, paprika, just a little bit of salt because the Tony's has salt in it, and pepper. You want to season your vegetables and shrimp and crab separately, and you want to season your batter too because this is where the flavor comes in, right? Then you mix it all together. And measurements, measure with your heart, all right? So then you mix it all together and you just drop it in and fry it, right? The best, the thing that makes it really flavorful is the chopped up vegetables, okay? The chopped up seasoning, and that's it. Everybody's asking me for that's what I bring, and you can make your a remoulade sauce, or you can buy one, or some people may want tartar sauce, I don't know, but the remoulade sauce is really good. We eat that down here. So good. It's a hit every time. It's so easy. I always bring them for the parade routes because we were usually drinking and we need something to soak up the alcohol. And those are just tasty and good. They're a good big hit at parties too. So let's get into this. And I'll post that recipe and everything in my community tab too, just so you can see. But I measure with my heart. Okay. So there's no measurements and they come out great. Let's talk about this. This is me and my cousin. So we started our whole law of attraction manifestation journey in around 2019, right before the pandemic. And it's so great that when you can have a community or at least one person who's on the same frequency as you, so you can speak the same language and help you. And like when you stumble, get you back on track. That's what my cousin is for me. She's going to join the chat soon, I'm sure. Excuse me. That's what we are for each other. Because we all have these moments, right? Where you can be so in tuned, you can be so aligned and you stumble, right? There could be things that you've manifested in the past, and then there's some things that you consider to be bigger and you feel stuck, okay? And there's so many different ways, right? One thing that I'm kind of doing in my spare time right now, which is why I take a break for everything, is kind of learning my own manifestation language. What works the best for me? What is the fastest for me? Because there's a lot of different things that I have tried that worked, but some faster, some not so much, and some maybe one time, not all the time. And you guys can share with me as well as we talk. This is an open discussion, right? But I'm gonna tell you the story specifically, and then I'll kind of break this down. So my cousin called me the other day. She called me, what, yesterday was Friday, Thursday, and she pretty much burst into tears once we got on the phone. I was like, "What's wrong?" Every time, I always know when she's about to cry because she pauses and she stops and she starts crying. And I'm like, "Well, girl, what's wrong?" And she starts telling me the story of how. Oh, thank you so much, Peggy. She starts telling me the story how she was loading her cats, her and her boyfriend's cats, into the van, right? I don't know if she was transporting them somewhere to the vet or something like that. And one of them, little feisty one, she had the door open for a split second, jumped out. So cat people, I'm not really a cat person. I had never really had cats, maybe once, but never really had cats. So y'all know how they are, little frisky little things. And the cat bolted, took off. And she circled around, searched for it for hours, could not find it. It just looked like this cat was gone, right? Just whole day, just gone. Y'all know how that is. So this was her boyfriend's favorite cat. So she was, crying. She knew he was going to be mad and everything like that. And so immediately I let her talk. I let her talk for a little while, and then I stopped her and I said, "Okay, all right." I said, "So first of all, the cat is already found. Okay. The cat is already found. You already found the cat. You need to stop right now and you need to realign yourself. Okay. You felt what you felt. This is the same thing I do with you guys on your readings, because everybody feels, and every manifestation thing, even on Reddit posts, everybody feels their situation is the worst situation that has ever been invented to man, right? I've been poor since I've been a child. I've been abused. Chelsea, you don't understand. I haven't been in a relationship for 9 or 10 years. I'm never going to be in a relationship. I'm going to be single forever. I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of, probably thousands of readings now. Everybody thinks their situation is the worst, okay? Some of you may think that the cat situation is not that important. Some of you know that our animals are our family, right? So this was very important to us. We are animal people. So immediately I let her feel what she feels, right? Because sometimes you can't just be positive, right? That's not realistic. You are sad that your cat is gone, right? That is a big deal. That is her family. So I said, "Okay, now you felt it. Now, still not saying that you can't feel sad, but let's cut the tears out now and let's realign ourselves, okay? And let's talk about that you're going to find this cat tomorrow. Let's talk about that everything is going to be okay. Your boyfriend's not going to hate you. And, we're going to get through this, right?" Whole day went by, still couldn't find the cat. Cat is gone, right? So I said, "You know what we're going to do is tonight we are going to visualize, right? We're going to visualize." She had her own visualization. We didn't really commingle with what we were visualizing. All I did, and this is what works for me every single time, all I did was visualize her calling me and saying that she found the cat. That was it. That was it. Not the how, not the what, not the when, anything. And so I don't know if you guys remember, I told you I watched The Nutty Professor with my son the other night. And I mean, first 5 minutes of the movie, I fell asleep. But once it was over, I got up and did my night routine, washed my face, brushed my teeth, put rollers in my hair and stuff like that. And it hit me. I was like, "Oh my God, her cat." So, and I was seeing myself, and I had a split human moment. I had a human moment. I was like, I have a lot of things that I need to focus on and meditate for myself right now. But I was like, you know what? It is more powerful. And even Neville Goddard says this in one of his lectures. It is more powerful for you to visualize for a friend than it is for yourself. Because in visualizing for someone else and putting their needs in front of you, you open a doorway for the things that you need to come through. We're at such a time right now in such a society where we are so selfish and so self-focused, like it's just me, 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 me. I got to prioritize me before I can help you. And it's really, People don't really understand the magic and the power of putting other people first sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Okay. Especially if it's in a loving way and you're helping someone who is down and out. Why? Because that energy is always reciprocated, right? What I do for you comes back to me. All right. And that's not the sole reason of why you're doing it, but that's just the law. That's the law of reciprocity. So once I get into bed, and I mean, I was dog tired, so it didn't take me long to fall asleep. I literally just, for the people who have trouble visualizing something or feeling something, I literally just heard in my head over and over again, Chelsea, I found the dog. I found the dog. I found the cat. Like, I kept hearing Alexis tell me that in my head. Like, and I mean, it's probably about 3 times before I passed out because I was so tired. Fast forward to yesterday, Friday. Okay. I was running around doing my errands. And what we were talking about, we had our own little conversation in the morning because I was telling her to persist. That's the one thing, to persist in that. And I was running around doing my errands, and I had a moment. I have a lot of moments. Y'all don't understand what you don't see behind the cameras, because sometimes I'm doing something and just that thought of wanting to call my mom so bad comes across. And I was literally sitting in my car just about to cry, and her phone call came through, and because there was something that I needed to get. And then she started talking back to me. She was like, "What did you just tell me yesterday? To persist, right?" And she was like, "I called to tell you." She was like, "I almost caught the cat." She's like, "I can't believe it. I saw her like a ways away in the neighborhood. I saw her like," and this is about inspired action. She started to put the cat's favorite foods out and toys out. So I guess the cat started to come back towards her. Long story short, because there was a lot of different things in between this that happened. But long story short, probably about an hour later, she called me and she was like, "It worked." She was like, "She's back. I got her in my arms." She was like, she had everybody in the neighborhood looking for him. Her boyfriend was looking for the cat, couldn't find her, thought it was gone because they've lost one before. So I just say to say it's a very simple story of, okay, yeah, the cat came back, cool. But we were talking about it after, and how I've manifested money this way. I've manifested $20,000. I've manifested $100,000. I've manifested big things just by the same technique. It's never about the what it is. Some people are like, "Oh, well, you're manifesting a lover back who cheated on you," and da, da, da. That's the one thing that also blocks out manifestations, is the judgment. The judgment. And people do it so much. I think people judge other people because they judge themselves. And who cares? You know what I'm saying? Who cares what is important to you, right? Who cares is what is important to them. The fact of the matter is, you can use that same process, probably as an Aries. And the funny part is, I was like, "What is the cat's name?" And she was like, "Lady." I was like, "All right, we're going to call this Operation Lady." I said, anytime we need to be realigned, that's what we're going to say. Remember, Operation Lady. But you can apply the same thing to anything. Okay. There are a lot of law of attraction teachers who promote a lot of different techniques. Techniques are not manifesting. Techniques are just a way to get you to the point that saturating your mind gets you to. Okay. We've seen robotic affirmations. I've manifested through robotic affirmations. I don't like it. Okay. Because Chelsea just likes what is easy. I'm just going to tell you that luxury to me is easiness. I saw this thing the other day. I was listening to this podcast and it said being lazy is a luxury, because that means that nobody is in control of your time. We have this whole connotation that laziness is awful and da da da. Well, if you could be lazy and have money, then, good for you, right? We're not talking about the people who are lazy and living off of other people and, that kind of lazy. I'm talking about lazy as in you are in control of your own time, so you can move at your own pace. And I am a snail. I am slow, which is why I'm always late for everything. But you can apply that to getting money. And this is the thing. I know some people are obsessed and so rigid about this. I need a certain amount of money. I need $10,000. Chelsea, you don't understand. I need it for this. I need this. This is the perfect amount of money I need. I promise you, if you just visualize having the thing, that money will come, even because you feel you need it so bad. But the focus on the money is just so elusive. You know what I'm saying? You can never really, because money is energy, but what is more energy is the thing that you desire to obtain with the money. Okay. Now, what I was saying about the different techniques before I jumped over is that they do work, right? Robotic affirming, if you believe it. If you believe that that works for you, it works for you. If you don't believe it works, it won't work for you. Okay. Affirmations work. If you believe they work for you, they work for you. Okay. Scripting works. If you believe it works for you, it works for you. But all of those things are just doing is to just, all it is saturating your subconscious mind. The quickest way to saturate your subconscious mind is through sleep, is through falling asleep in it. And that's it, because there's so little resistance. There's so little resistance, and then falling asleep, then scratching out your story that you scripted and doing it again. And I forgot this and I forgot that. And let me write this. And this affirmation is not good enough. And I didn't say 10,000 affirmations today. My counter is off. And, you know, vision boards are beautiful too, right? Because you can visualize and things like that. Or I can't see. One thing I see in the Reddit post is that I can't visualize this thing. My visions are clear. I saw one person in a law of attraction post that said that they can't visualize because they have some sort of disease. I've never heard. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. That says that they can't visualize. You understand? People go so far to put limiting beliefs on themselves. If you can manifest anything, you can manifest not having this quote unquote disease that says that you can't visualize. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I do so many readings, so I this is kind of like my own experiment from the people, you know, that I've done readings with, and everybody will have an excuse why they can't accomplish something. You literally put limits on yourself. People who come to me and pay for a reading and ask me, what is my blockage? The fact that you just paid me money to ask me what your blockage is, that's your blockage. Now you can ask me, well, Chelsea, how do I obtain this? How do I get this? But the minute that you say, what is my blockage? You have blocked yourself. Okay. You have to understand that when you speak in terms like that, you have literally blocked yourself from whatever that thing is, because now you've just told your highest, I have a blockage. And now you're going to be working for months and months and months trying to remove this blockage. That, you know what I'm saying? That the only thing that is hardening this blockage into place is your belief of having it. That's it. And how do you remove a blockage? Okay, so what is it that you're trying to manifest? Create a scene. If you can visualize, great. But if you can't, and it just takes too long and my mind rambles, I always just visualize me hearing somebody's voice saying, hey, I got this thing, or me calling someone saying, hey, I got this thing, and they congratulate it. It's the fastest way. It's the fastest way, because it stops you from having to think about the feeling, right? And what it would feel like to have this money. You know what it feels like for somebody to tell you congratulations or to be happy for you. And you just insert that thing that it is that you are talking about, right? And it happens so quickly. Okay, so let me see what some of you guys are saying, because I can't see. Hello, Miss V. Thank you for joining. Rima, thank you for sharing fantastic advice. Yeah, I just wanted to share this because I wanted, everybody was naming things that they're trying to manifest. Stability. Okay. You want stability in your life. Okay. So if you get a reading from me, maybe the next time that you get a reading from me, you visualize before you go to sleep, me answering the phone and saying, hey, so-and-so, how you doing? Chelsea, you'll never believe what happened to me. I got the thing that fill in the blank, and just have that no longer than 10 to 15 seconds on repeat, looping in your head as you're falling asleep. Insert anything. Okay. Insert anything. The other thing that me and my cousin were talking about yesterday, we were talking about the difference between the speed of things that come through and why some things take longer and shorter and quicker. Now, there could just be sometimes things have to work out in the universe to develop to come to you, right? That's just a fact of the matter. But in my experience with manifesting, the reason why certain things come in quicker is because it's just so relaxed. When people say to detach, I mean, I think that makes it so much harder just hearing that word detach. Well, how do I detach from this thing? How do I detach from this thing? The easiest thing is to fall asleep in it. Okay. So you're not really focused about, locking into it like that as if you were when you were awake. Now, I could visualize during the day, I could take a nap during the day, but I feel like there's some magic that really happens with doing it at night. I don't know what it is, but it happens a lot faster when I do it at night. It really does. And this took one day. There could be things that take 3 days, 4 days, 7 days. But the fact of the matter is, if you do it, it'll happen. It'll happen. It will happen. I think it's a relaxation around the thing that you want. If it's something that you want really bad, try to take a break from focusing on it during the daytime and focus on something else, right? Because I really do think that this motion that I'm doing right now, this locking like this onto the thing that you want so badly, I really do think that can kind of slow something down. Anything that has come in quickly for me is the relaxation around it. Okay. Even if you want it really bad, use the nighttime to relax around that thing. It is very different, Jonathan. It is very different. Some people, and I know people I have friends, we talk about law of attraction all the time, who can sit in an armchair, lay down on the couch, visualize something, fall asleep, take a quick nap, and it does manifest. But there's something about, I don't know, just nighttime, being able to, fall asleep in that. It says, I agree with manifesting before sleep. Repeat one phrase over and over again until you fall asleep. Do it every night. And I manifest a lot of money in days by just doing that. That's true. It's the power in the tongue, spoken word, right? That's why we have to be careful what we speak. That's why I always say I believe in affirmations. They work. They work. I will use the Parrot app, and that time between when I'm dropping my son off to school, as soon as I drop him off, I put my daily affirmations on my radio. It's a 10-minute drive from my son's school to my house, and that's all I listen to for that 10 minutes. And I'll probably just listen to it 10 minutes a day. That's it. And you would be amazed at how some of the things that I have listened through my radio affirming 10 minutes a day, that starts to develop within a few days or even a few weeks, because I'm not so wound up tightly about it when it's going to happen. I'll just start noticing, hey, this thing is coming through. It's coming through. Let me go back to this too. When I said earlier, when I was telling the story of how I was like right before bed, I was like, there's something I got to manifest for myself. But I put my cousin first and I said, let me manifest for her. When you do that, it takes your attention off of your manifestation and your seed can grow. When you're staring at a seed that you've planted, it doesn't feel like it's growing much. But when you take your attention off of it and you come back and you're like, whoa, where'd that little leaf come from? That's also helpful in your manifestations, not to be so focused on it every single day, taking your attention on it and letting it grow while you're helping someone else or doing something else. That's powerful. You'll feel like it came through a lot quicker that way as well. Okay. I think the biggest thing here in the Aries collective is the obsession. Okay. And I'm just speaking from experience. We obsess a lot of different things, not just Aries. We all have different placements, a lot of air signs. And mixed in with that fire, we have this passionate, burning desire to have something. And then so we just fixate it and we obsess on it. And that could be probably the most detrimental thing we do to our manifestations, is that obsession. Now, some people will say that helps them. And again, you find your own love language. But for me, I've noticed when I've relaxed around anything, it comes through like that. Okay. So find what works for you. But I will say this: sleeping, falling asleep, and the wish fulfilled, it works so very, very fast. Okay. Thinking about someone else's manifestation is also detachment of your manifestation. That's why it works. Exactly. 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 It's not so much about me, or, that's actually why I started volunteering at my community center right here through my grief. That was something that I told my mom right before she passed that I was going to start doing anyways, because I have this really strong desire to really mentor. I want to mentor like young girls, like high school and stuff, but I also wanted to volunteer at the hospice. But then after my mom did die, I was like, okay, so this is something I definitely want to pour my energy into, because I grew up like this. My mom was in the military Air Force. And so when she was an airman, young airman in the Air Force with me, I was like 3 or 4. They used to have duty at the BX, which is like their little mall shopping center, where she would have to volunteer and wrap gifts. That was like my first memory of volunteering. So that's where I started falling in love with volunteering. So it has really been my thing for pouring my energy into other people. And while I pour my energy into other people, it helps me heal the parts that if I were just solely focused on myself trying to heal them, it probably wouldn't feel like healing. It takes my attention to pour into other people that actually comes back and heals me. This is why a lot of people are like, wow, you're so resilient. You kept going while your mom died. I had no choice. You understand? If I probably would have just stopped doing everything and just kind of sat in a ball, I probably would have shriveled up and died. And so some people don't understand that to literally give your energy to pour into others comes back. All the love that I have gotten, in the year that my mom has died, just by pouring love into others. I still have to be mindful about taking care of myself and giving my moments of self-care, but that has truly been healing for me by pouring into others. And I don't think people really understand that enough. I don't think people understand how life-changing that can be to pour into someone else. Whether you're mentoring somebody, whether you're volunteering, whether, whatever it is, it's so beneficial for your life. You'll see your money grow. You'll see your health improve. You'll see things start to move for you. Mountains start to move for you like you never knew. And but some people will say, well, I don't have time for that. I have so much going on in my life, Chelsea. I just don't have time. Make time. That's probably one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, is to give to others. It says, my go-to is Michael Steven Energy Mantra Remix. It works for me. And then I do agree with you. It's a great way to shift your mindset, especially low vibe. Yeah. Whatever you decide works for you, works for you. Whatever you decide. I mean, that's just how powerful our mind is. That's really the truth. I have some, like this one YouTuber, Mary Kate. I usually go to her old school, what do you call it? Meditations, money meditations. I think I've shared them with y'all before. They work for me. I've shared them with particular friends and they were like, oh my God, I don't like this meditation because she said, I manifest money in all ways. And I don't want to manifest money in all ways. I don't want somebody to die. And I'm just like, okay, but guess what? This meditation is not going to work for you. You understand? At some point, you got to harness your mind and just kind of like, whoa, slow it down. Okay. She didn't say your whole family was going to explode and you were going to become a millionaire. She just said, I manifest money in all ways. But some people will really do that. And so that is another way you set limitations on yourself and blockages. I mean, the fact of the matter is we're all going to die. You might have an aunt that dies across the world that you've never met before. And if she says, hey, I want all my nieces and nephews to have my fortune, you're going to say, no, absolutely not. I'm not taking money from someone's estate. Come on. I think that's one of the most gracious things that you can do, is leave money behind for the people who, are still here once you pass. Because what can you do? You can't take it with you. You know what I'm saying? But some people, I've seen people like that who are just so like, they'll hear something and it triggers them. Now that's something that you have to work on. That's what you consider the blockage. It still comes from within self. It's still you, something that is limiting you that you have to work on. Well, they went there because that's how they think. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's their trauma as well. Maybe that's, something that happened to them, where it's extremely traumatic. But I don't know, but it's still an inner thing that they have to work on, because you do that, you're going to limit a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? You're going to limit a lot of things. It's the same thing with people this is why I stopped manifesting ways of money coming through. I think that's the hardest part about money coming through for certain people. Say you want to win a lottery, okay? Want to win through the lottery. Whew, you know what I'm saying? If I went through the lottery, I went through the lottery, great. But that'd probably be the last thing that I'd be manifesting to win through, right? Because there's so many stipulations with that, right? I'm not counting it out, I'm not discounting it. But first of all, I live in a state where my name is going to be plastered everywhere, okay? Second of all, buku taxes. Seven of all, this and this and that. So people are like, I want to win it through the lottery. I don't want to work for it. There's so many different ways that money can fall in your bank account without you having to work for it. And I am not against that. Okay. There are some people who say, you got to work for your money. You can manifest it, but you got to work for it. I've seen like a channel, this guy had like 1 million followers, and that's the rhetoric that he's speaking to people. Like, there is no such thing as manifesting money out of thin air. And I'm like, I'm looking at this guy's channel. I was like, you might want to come talk to me, because money manifests out of thin air for me all the time. I said, so, but, and that's why, sometimes those things can be so dangerous, because he's speaking to millions of subscribers and telling them that they cannot manifest money out of thin air. Obviously, there's going to be a path and an avenue that it comes through. But it doesn't have to be anything that you structure and say, this is my job, this is my avenue for this to come through me, and this is the only way. Because then what is that? That's a limiting belief. That is a belief you've just set on yourself to say that this money can only come through this way. And guess what? It has to take a certain amount of time to come through this pipeline. So why not just say, money comes to me in any way the universe feels like it wants to come to me? What's Mary Kate's channel? I think her channel is Mary Kate. Mary Kate. I think it's just Mary Kate, huh? Let me see. Yeah, Mary Kate. It's just Mary Kate. At MK Magic Mindset. But if you go to her playlist, she has some great meditations. Her old school ones. That's just the ones I subscribe to more. Her new ones are probably good too, but I like her older ones. But yeah, so he found his target market. He found a big target market, Jonathan. He did, and that's probably, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I think, and I'm not judging by signs. I think that maybe if I were to judge by a sign, I think that would be more Capricornian energy, earth energy, because there's some people who, the way that their mind works, it has to be a formula. And that's okay. That, like I said, all of our minds are different. Some people don't feel worthy of the money if it's not coming from something that they did. And that's okay. That's their mindset. Because, honey, I don't feel the money fall in my bank account. I'm worthy. You understand? I am worthy. But that's how their mindset is set up, where they have to have that gratification that they did this. I mean, manifesting is you doing it, right? It doesn't have to be, because running businesses is exhausting. All right. Now, if that's your form, if that's what you want to do, then so be it. Because some of us are really capable of doing it, but it is tiring. Okay. It is tiring. It is exhausting. You do have to work for X amount of years before you could really feel what you want to feel, in some cases, not all the time, because even the overnight success businesses, that could be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I think the most important thing is to just get your mindset right. When you get your mindset right, everything falls into place how you want it to fall into place. If you want to say, I want to be a millionaire and work 4 hours a week, you got to get your mindset right for that. And then it'll, you know what I'm saying? Wrap your mind around that and it'll come. After the passing of my spouse, the people I help don't know they are helping me also. That is so true. That's how I feel about my community. That is so true. Gratitude is the fastest way to raise our vibration. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. There's always something to be grateful for, Angela. People don't understand that. I mean, we would complain a lot less if we understood that there was something to always be grateful for. If I know how I want to feel about, if I know how I want to feel about when it comes to a certain area of my life, is it enough to sit in that? I suppose I will see, but trying to be detailed derails me. It makes me overthink. Me too, Monica. That's why I don't do it. Me too. I'm an overthinker. I have a lot of air and fire in my chart. That's why I say the hearing things for me. When you hear something, think about it. You hear a song, it induces a feeling, right? And I listen to all music. I listen to a little less now than a little less rap, right? I only listen to like rap and stuff when I'm out and about, but I listen to jazz, classical. I listen to, country. I listen to a little bit of rock. I listen to everything, right? Every time we hear a different song, R&B, it induces a feeling. You start hearing a love song, it induces some emotional feeling. Maybe it makes you feel love. Maybe it makes you reminisce about a person that you used to listen to this song with, or you used to think about this song with, and maybe it makes you cringe. Maybe there's a song that makes you amped up, that you work out to. You hear words, you hear a song, you feel things, right? That's why when I go to sleep, I hear somebody telling me something, because when I hear that, it'll make me feel something. So much, I think a lot of people try to jump to focus on the feeling, because we hear all the time, feeling is the secret, which it is. But people jump to, how do I feel about this? Well, if you heard somebody say this, how would you feel? Right? So that's why I always say audibly, kind of listening to someone tell you something, that is going to induce emotion. And that's it. Don't worry about the feeling. Once you hear that thing in your head, the feeling will come after. Okay. Because that's a great comment, Monica, because I've struggled with that for a long time, because my mind races. It just goes, oh my God, but I can do this, can do that, you do this. This has been the quickest way to manifest for me, because I don't have to worry about inducing the feeling. I just hear it, and that brings the feeling on. All right, I'm going to get going, guys, because I do want to post the next 48 today. I think I have just one more slot for the mini reading sessions. And that's it. It's usually, the cutoff is tomorrow, but really I have one more slot. So if anybody wants that, and those will be done on Monday. I'm going to take all day Monday to do the mini readings and break them into parts. So you'll be getting them individually. Please, guys, if you don't get your mini reading after, I'll say about 8 or 9 o'clock Monday, feel free to message me. Last week, I was so tired. I uploaded the readings and I fell asleep. And people were like, oh, I didn't receive it. And I'm like, okay, here it is. I just sent it out. But make sure you do it in that time frame, within a few hours to a day, because on the third day, they get deleted. Okay. Don't wait 7-8 days after saying, hey, I didn't get my reading. I'm like, I did it. Now I have to redo it again. I just may have forgot. I'm a human. I have human error. I'm not a machine. So it's okay to remind me. I'm grateful for waking up this morning and for the community. Oh, look at that. Thank you. For the community, and also God moving through a low feeling of lack for the last few days. Something so powerful, I don't remember who I heard it from years ago, is that, like, when I step out of bed, my first foot is thank, and my second foot is you. Thank you. That's the most powerful prayer you can say. Thank you. So as soon as your foot hits the ground, thank you. As soon as my eyes open up, I'm literally just like, thank you, God, for blessing me with another day to experience this life, to experience my son, experience my friends, I just start just uttering gratitude as soon as my eyes will open up, because some people wake up and don't wake up, and I have a different mindset around that. It's sad for us behind, but just the fact that you can do it all again another day is gratitude, is blessings. And it's so powerful to start a day like that. So powerful to start your day and say, today is going to be a great day. I'm coming, Pugsley. He's scratching at the door. Today is going to be a great day. Speak it, right? Even if something goes wrong, it'll probably realign back to a great day. That is so powerful. That is so powerful. Speaking your intention about your day when you wake up. Okay, so that is what I have for you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.